It's the country's #1 RVing radio show, sponsored by RVTravel.com, with your host, Alan Warren, the RV Wingman.
And welcome to what may be the most powerful, informative, and helpful hour that we have ever done on the RV Show USA. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman, and coming up, if you have purchased a new RV from Camping World in the last 5 years and you purchased a Good Sam extended service plan, what's called an ESP, there are storm clouds on the horizon. There are. But we're going to give you some hope. We are. We're going to give you a way to get up to thousands of dollars back from Camping World. Now, to set the stage, so to speak, I do not hate Camping World. I don't. I really don't. But I do not like hearing, seeing, witnessing, as I said in the break, the unbelievable number of people who are absolutely devastated after they bought their dream RV from America's largest RV dealer. Now, this hour, we're going to tell you the why. Why now is the time to consider canceling your Good Sam ESP and exactly how to do it. If you happen to think that I'm making this stuff up, making these Camping World stories up, as I say, sit back and relax, folks, and enjoy just a few of the many calls and emails that I get all the time about, you guessed it, Camping World. Goose, you got the first call? Go ahead and hit it.
Hey, Alan. I watched some of your show, and what I was wanting to say is the business practice for us employees is just as bad as it is for the customers. They give us a minimum draw, and then if we don't meet that draw by selling enough in commission sales, we go backwards, and we keep going backwards to the point where, as a salesman, you're $2,500 in the hole. So you come to work every day just trying to make enough sales to get back to breaking even before you can even make money. Problem is that you've been here for a while and you want to keep repeat clientele, but it's hard to survive, and no one can challenge Marcus Lamona's. Not my GM here, not my assistant GM, or my regional sales rep that I've contacted several times, and I still get nowhere. So just wanted to give you some extra insight. I hate it for myself and my family because I'm good at what I do, but I don't get rewarded. I could spend 6 hours with a customer and get a commission check for $142 because they say, well, we had to take some of the front-end money out of your commission to put in the backside of finance so we can get the deal done. We never see the numbers. We never see what we have in the units. We just have to take our commission and keep our mouth shut and keep going. And you're right. I've been on the sales side for about 3 months, and I've seen 4 salesmen come and go. Some have been in the business for 20 years. It sucks because I really love this industry, and I've grown up doing it myself. And so just giving some extra insight. It's just for us employees, too, but we get stuck because we don't know what to do or where to turn. Again, I'd kind of like to stay anonymous at the moment just for the simple fact that I still have a family to provide for, and I'd hate to lose my job over giving internal information, you know. But what are we supposed to do, or where can we turn, or what can we do as employees to get protected? Because right now, we're not even protected in our own company. So that was one of my main concerns is how do we keep salesmen happy, and how do we keep pushing through and turn this RV industry back around?
Let me ask our listeners something, folks. If you were to get calls from unhappy employees, unhappy customers, like you just heard, day after day after day, what would you do? If you expect me to do nothing, to say nothing, I can't do nothing. I can't do it. It ain't in me, as they say. Goose, hit another one. Hit another one.
My name's Don Clift. I just watched part 1 and part 2 of your interview with Mr. X, and I bought a camper in Indianapolis, Indiana, and what he's saying about the warranty work, he's absolutely right. My awning lights weren't working, just decorative flashing awning lights that you could change. They wanted to keep my camper. They said it could be weeks, and it's just a matter of sliding one out and sliding one in. They claim they've got to go back to the manufacturer and see if it's warranted. First, they got to get the camper and assess it, and they want to keep it. Then they got to go to the manufacturer after they assess it and ask the manufacturer, is it under warranty? I said, I just bought it. I haven't had it a week. But they insisted that they have to go back to the manufacturer, see if it's in warranty, and then order the part. And he's correct. The part takes sometimes weeks. When I didn't leave my camper with them. I insisted that I bring it back with me. I took it back in to get the new lights installed. They were the wrong ones. So then they had to take a picture of it and all that and go back, and it was a nightmare. And when I got it home the third time, my dining room light had fell down and was hanging by the wires, and my doorknob come off of my bedroom door. I didn't even take it back. I repaired it myself. It's a nightmare. There's more about the financing and stuff that I could tell you, but he's right on the money. He really is.
I'm telling you, folks, I hear this stuff all the time. Goose, hit another one.
I'd like to chat with you about the Camping World deal. I'm a RV technician. I was in the business since 1983 to 2006. I worked for a dealer that was bought out by Marcus Lemonis, and some of the wild and crazy things that happened during the time I was there.
If you are seeing a pattern here, folks, you ought to sit where I'm sitting. You ought to hear the phone calls, read the emails that I receive. They come from all kinds of people, even those who work for Camping World.
Hi, Alan. My name is Scott Terry. I was just watching your two-part series with Mr. X about Camping World, but honestly, I believe this is much deeper. I think it's everything that the billionaire owner that owns this company touches has really gone to just his favor. Camping World, of course, the prices there are just ridiculous on anything you want to buy. It seems to be that way with a lot of RV stores, but his especially. Then they've got road service, they've got insurance, they've got everything that Good Sam offers. I mean, there's just all kinds of things. I had my RV, vehicles, etc., even my home at one point, covered with Good Sam insurance or through the Good Sam agency. As far as RVs go, they just plain won't pay a claim. I mean, unless it's an absolute accident where someone rear-ended you, you hit something or someone, they just plain won't pay it. They have all kinds of exclusions for all kinds of issues to where they won't pay. But, however, when you go to get a quote with a different insurance company, even if they never paid a claim, they have you registered as filing a claim, which brings your new rate with a new company inflated because you filed a claim, even though it was never paid. It's ridiculous. Never seen anything like it. I've been an RVer since my 20s, and I used RVs for work all the way through. I'm 62 now, and all this time I've had RVs, one form or another. Used them for work or used them for pleasure, or both. Anyway, I think there needs to be an expose on a lot of the things that Good Sam does. A lot of people don't believe it. I've lost some friends over telling them about the Good Sam insurance because they just won't believe it.
That is just a little tiny sampling of what the RV Wingman hears. And my pledge to our listeners, my pledge to you is to try to tell you the truth. There are some people, they are doing their damnedest, and they're doing a good job of it, trying to shut us down, shut me down. They don't want you to hear stories like this. Now, these are not the rule, they're the exception, but there are too many of these people in my view, have too many of these horrible experiences, horrible from customers to employees. It is a miserable place to be. At least it sounds like that to me. Now, as I always do, if there's anybody from Camping World that would like to join me here on the show, please shoot me an email and we will get you on the schedule. I promise you we will. And, well, now that we got your attention, have you been paying attention to the stock price of Camping World Holdings? Oh, was $45 about 17 months ago. It's dropped 70% since then. A lot of people say there is blood in the water and the sharks are circling. So what does that mean for you if you own a Good Sam ESP? Well, I'm going to tell you. Right after this, I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. That is right. And you know that this particular hour of the RV Show USA is designed to help RVers who own a Good Sam ESP or an extended service plan to help them cancel their policy and get a refund of the unused portion. In many cases, that could amount to several thousands of dollars of a refund. We have a YouTube video that will go public literally, catch this, the moment that we go off the air today. So all you have to do is go to our YouTube channel and type in these words, Your Good Sam ESP, how to cancel it. As a reminder and an invitation, whenever we talk about Camping World, and we do quite often, we always invite them to be on the show to talk, to respond, and so far I've been trying to nail down a date with Marcus Lemonis from Camping World ever since January, but still nothing. Marcus, if you'd like to stop by the studio when you're visiting one of your Texas area stores, we will make arrangements to accommodate you. I promise we'll work around your busy schedule. Just give me a call, shoot me an email, give us a date. And before we bring up my special guest this hour, I got to say that we must be having an impact on some of the sleazy RV dealer practices going on because the haters are, well, they're hating big time, hating so much that they're trying to silence me, silence us. My message to the haters, we're not going away. We're not going to lie. We're not going to let other people lie. We're going to call people out. We're going to tell folks about some of the ways that they're getting rolled. So if you're a hater, I guess you just got to learn that we're going to live together. Because, again, the RV Wingman ain't going away. So let's talk about Camping World and Good Sam ESPs. What do you say? On the phone is a man that knows an awful lot about Camping World and Good Sam ESPs. And he may have as many haters as I have. How's Kevin Fraser doing?
I'm doing fine, Alan, but that Tampa contact, I hear you are a hate-filled bully without facts, according to Camping World's paid agent, acting under orders from Chairman Lemonis. I guess those thousands of Americans who wrote negative reviews of Camping World on Piss Consumer are hate-filled bullies without facts, as are the authors of all those Google reviews. And I always read the Forest River Forum, more hating bullies. 140 chapters of the Better Business Bureau have on file uncountable hate-filled reports written by bullies without facts, and the Facebook chat rooms, the Camping World Experience and the Camping World Awful Experience, all hateful bullies.
Yeah, we're all just so hateful. Or just maybe, Kevin, just maybe we're tired of being bullied and pushed around by somebody who is really slick and knows how to pull the strings, and they have made a handful of people very, very wealthy at the expense of many, many others. Now, we're going to talk about why. I want you to talk about why now may be the best time to cancel your Good Sam ESP and how to do it. But first, tell our listeners a little bit of background about you, Kevin Fraser, and your role in the RV industry.
53 years ago, we started a little family business here in the state of Iowa. I'm the only founder that's still with the firm. Our place is Cheyenne Camping Center. We're the easiest, safest, and cheapest place to buy your new RV. Just give us a look on the eBay. We're not going to push you hard. Take a look at our website. We're here all the time.
And this is not, folks, this is not a commercial for Cheyenne Camping Center. This is, I promise with all my heart, this is a public service announcement to the tens and hundreds of thousands of people who have bought RVs over the last 5 years through Camping World, and they also purchased a Good Sam ESP. How do you know so much about Camping World, Kevin?
He tried to buy my place in 2013. I opened a file on him then, and I'll tell you what, I tell my crew that outrage is like calisthenics for your soul. My study of Marcus Lemonis has given my ghost six-pack abs. He's not that sophisticated. The argument, you just said he's a sophisticated and slick guy. The argument that they used against you, Mr. Hate-Filled Bully, is that everybody's lying except us. I haven't heard that since grade school.
Well, let's talk about a Good Sam ESP and why now is the time to seriously consider canceling it, Kevin.
Okay. I am very appreciative of Katie. She's just in time. She prepared that step-by-step video when I appeared on your show last summer, I got hundreds of calls from people that wanted to know, how do I get my money back on the ESP? We discussed at that time what a terrible bargain it was, 4 times the average they charge for a policy. And as you know, if you look at PIS Consumer or any of the other sites I just named, they never, ever pay a claim. In fact, they seem to be impossible. But why the urgency now? For the last 2 weeks, in his own words, during investors' conference call, which I'll talk about, and in his sworn statements to the SEC, Chairman Marcus Lemoyne has revealed Camping World Holdings is in big, big trouble financially.
And talk about a conference call. What are these tell our listeners who may not be familiar with that term, what does a conference call mean?
Investors' conference call. With a normal company, what happens is every 3 months, every quarter, the CEO and other senior executives are compelled to answer questions from members of the financial press, more or less to put them on the spot and find out if the company's doing the right thing, or if they're not, they get questioned about it. But Camping World's not a normal company, and Marcus Lemoyne is not a normal CEO. He controls 52% of the voting stock, so he is the board of director. So he invites people to question him that are his personal friends. It's all lovey-dovey, but until 2 weeks ago tonight, when it wasn't so lovey-dovey. On that investment conference call, Marcus Lemoyne and his CFO, Mel Flanagan, said some things that were really spooky. During the investors conference call May 8th, he said, I'm talking about money stuff, okay?
Go ahead.
He said that there's no cap expenditure. He is not going to allow Camping World to spend any money on capital expenditures. That means we fix the windows, we put new siding on, we get new light bulbs that are burned out. He's not going to allow any cash to be spent on CapEx, except if it affects directly the safety of his employees and his customers. I never heard anybody say anything
but
like
Kevin,
that.
Kevin, the average RVer, the average person doesn't pay attention. They've got too many other things in their life to pay attention to these investor calls and stock prices and what the bankers are doing and all that. And they drive down the street, they see these big, beautiful Camping World stores, and the lots are loaded, with beautiful RVs. And they say, how could this happen? I mean, come on, it's Camping World. They can't go broke. How do we get their attention? Because it's, as I say, the blood seems to be coming out of the water out of the Chicago area, and the sharks are circling.
The stock's fallen like a pebble in a pond. Since we released our video, Camping World, the Truth, it's down 76%. But I'm going to say something mathematical and hope that your listeners get it. I'm in the dealership business. I've been a dealer forever. I have bankers. They loan me money. I don't own these RVs out here. I got a floor plan. If I ever get to a debt-equity ratio, that is, I owe 7 times more than I have as foundation capital, my own money, I'm put on a watch list, and I'm in trouble. This last report that was submitted to the SEC dated March 31, and for the first time, the feds have forced Camping World to report all their debt as of 3/31. Their debt ratio is not 7 to 1. It's 150 to 1, 151 to 1. And there's other dark bits there. You know that they're being sued by over 20 people. Well, by over 20
the class action lawsuits.
Well, the 16 class actions were joined inside one lawsuit in Chicago. That's the federal side. Then there are individual lawsuits that have been filed in states. They're interesting, and they all have the same thing in common. What they allege is what on the street they call a pump and dump scandal, where Marcus Lemoyne and his confederates convinced people that the company was making more money than they were, and that they were going to make a whole lot more money in the future, so that they could sell stock themselves. They could sell stock themselves and make a killing. They sold a bunch of stock in the they had 2 periods in 2017. They called it secondary offerings. I'm going too technical on you.
No, that's okay. So essentially, the pump and dump, I think most folks get that. Listen, Kevin, hang on. Folks, we are up against a hard break. If you have a Good Sam ESP that you purchased in the last 5 years from Camping World, right now is the time to consider canceling it and put up well, put several $1,000s possibly back in your pocket. We're going to talk about why you have to do it now. We actually have a video we're releasing as soon as the show is over to tell you exactly how to do it. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman.